Let's design, bro. Nice. So I have a base. But then, what am I actually going to build for this one? I gotta search up YouTube, bro. Okay, so after you watch the video, I highly recommend you all to redesign the robot so that you can have a good understand of how all the mechanisms work together. So I think this French toast robot is absolutely crazy, and I think it is a pretty versatile robot, but I think there's still space for improvement. So let's get to the design part. Okay, so once you look at the design of a French toast robot, so there's some ideas that come to mind. So it is pretty much intuitive. So it is not like I have the same thought as you, but I think it should be something that you can derive from your own. So my ideas from here is that you can make a simple lift mechanism, just like the French toast. So this can be this one when the robot move forward, it get into this one, and then when the other one is into like here, and there's also kind of like a rubber thing up here to keep the music notes like this, because this one is a small chunk. You can see as like in all the music notes, only the red and the green one has the big chunk and all the other one has small chunk. So to lift this one, I think the only way you can do this is by either grabbing it on the inside, like grabbing them, or just lift them using this one instead of using a rubber thing, like insert only single layer instead of a double layer. So I think of thinking of making 3 arms of lifting, including the fence. I don't know what that called, what the fence, the long fence. So I think both of them can be used to lift the red node, but also to lift the fence block. So let's get to work. Now the motor setup is finished, let's keep going. after we have the left arm all done, so let's move into the next arm. So my ideas for this one is that it's going to be like a below arm right here. It's gonna be triggered once the left arm is lifted up, like a 90 degrees or something. So like once this one is moved, like it's lifted up like this, perfect. The below arm will be triggered by, you know, like there will be a perpendicular gear chaining. You're gonna send the left arm, it like gonna be pushed back, and then the gear here is going to like the gear is here going to be like you know, I say it's going to close because it is moved. So this one is pretty simple to use, and I am going to add some support to this one too because it is looking quite fragile. So let's get to work, huh? One more thing, I also need that also need a line center over here, so like it could work perfectly. Okay, let's get to work. So as you can see here, I just made a very simple mechanism. So I think this one should be over there. Okay, so the basic here is that when this one is pushed down, this one will be moved, and then this one will close it. Just very simple. So I think I can make something. Maybe I can put it inside. I don't know. So I think this is gonna be later. So I think the good thing here is that if you want, you know, extra grip, you can, you know, kind of like cover. You can make this a little bit lower, and you know, cover this one in rubber or like silicone if you have one. But I think this one is pretty good already. Alright, so you just gonna copy this one over here, and you know, it's gonna be all good. Alright, so after I did some off-camera work, I think this one is pretty is simple, so you don't need my instruction. The first one is adding a base like this. It's just gonna, you know, making the grab of the instrument easier. I also add this one called, I think this one is the lever. So when this one is pushed and this one is like is connected by an axle, it will close. But when the one is like go down, then this one will also go down, meaning this one will open. So it's pretty simple. So let's go to the arm thing. The back arm here is pretty simple. It's just going to be a medium motor connect to a lift arm. It could also be used to lift the fence, but also used to lift the block too. So yeah. Okay, so the motor setup is done, so let's move on to the arm thing. Okay, so one of the limitations to this finished back arm, I think, is that first thing is using a medium motor, making this kind of weak. And one more thing is that it is hard to bump into wall to reset the angle of movement, because I kind of like forgot that part. But I think it is a pretty good robot, and there's still space for improvement.